Imagine this: a living legend, a global icon, a man worshipped like a god in the world of basketball. Spotlights, murals, highlight reels played like sacred scripture. Kobe Bryant, immortal, untouchable, the embodiment of greatness. But what if I told you that the legacy you've been shown is incomplete? That behind the curated tributes and polished storytelling lies a buried chapter so raw, so uncomfortable, so damaging that the NBA spent years making sure you never saw the full truth. Because there exists footage, real, emotional, unfiltered, that strips away the myth and reveals a man at his lowest. Footage of Kobe himself, trembling, confessing, contradicting, breaking, and the league has fought desperately to keep it in the shadows. Tonight we're bringing it into the light. This is the scandal that almost destroyed the story of what really happened in Eagle County, Colorado, and the hidden cost of saving a legend. Welcome to the truth behind the myth. The year is 2003. The NBA is fresh off the Michael Jordan era. A vacuum has formed, and the league is desperate for a new face of global basketball. They find their heir, Kobe Bean Bryant, young, brilliant, ruthless, a champion at just 25. He is the future, the superstar destined to rule the next decade. Then, overnight, the narrative collapses. Accusations erupt. Headlines explode. Cameras swarm. Kobe Bryant is charged in a sexual assault case that carries the possibility of life in prison. Not a scandal, not a PR crisis. A career-ending, legacy-shattering, life-altering catastrophe. The world watched in disbelief as the NBA's golden child traded his Lakers jersey for a courtroom suit. But here's what the NBA never wanted you to understand. They weren't just scared of losing a player. They were terrified of losing a product, a billion-dollar storyline, a marketing empire, a brand built around perfection. If Kobe fell, the empire fell with him. So the NBA made a choice. Not moral, not humane, but strategic. Not to suspend him, not to condemn him, but to protect the business at all costs. While the world demanded answers, the NBA went silent. A silence louder than any statement they could have released. And into that silence stepped Kobe himself. There exists a clip, one the NBA wishes never resurfaced, where Kobe sits before cameras, voice shaking, eyes red, and says, "I sit here in front of you guys, furious at myself for making a mistake of adultery." In one breath, Kobe proclaims innocence of the charges. In the next breath, he is not the untouchable warrior. He is a man breaking. His voice trembles. His hands can't stay still. His eyes avoid the camera, the shame almost physical. And beside him sits Vanessa Bryant, young, uncomfortable, blindsided by the world's gaze, forced to publicly play the role of the forgiving wife. Her body stiff, her expression restrained. A woman in pain, used as a prop for damage control. The NBA needed her there. Her presence meant stability. Her silence meant forgiveness. Her face meant the family is united, crisis averted. She didn't choose to be there. She was drafted into the PR war to save the league's most valuable asset. Watch that footage closely, and you'll never view that press conference the same way again. Because it wasn't healing, it was strategy. They positioned Kobe behind a podium, distance, authority. Lawyers flanked him, control, legitimacy. Prepared statements replaced raw truth, narrative over honesty. The NBA wasn't managing a tragedy. They were producing a scene, crafting an image, protecting the brand. And as Kobe trembled under the weight of the moment, the NBA kept its mouth shut. Not out of compassion, but calculation. Here's the part the NBA never once discussed. Kobe was changed by that scandal, not just publicly, but psychologically. For the first time in his life, he lost control. Control of his image. control of his narrative, control of his destiny. And for a man whose entire existence was built on mastery, that loss nearly destroyed him. Years later, in a rare interview, he admitted, "It made me let go. I had to because I was fighting battles everywhere." This wasn't an athlete talking about a tough season. This was a man describing trauma. Basketball became his escape, not his job. The game is going to keep me sane, keep me stable. Kobe didn't play through the scandal because he was heroic. He played because he was drowning, and the court was the only place he could breathe. Instead of helping him heal, the NBA monetized the breakdown. They turned his suffering into a brand. They named it Mamba Mentality. Not just work hard, but bury your feelings, kill your weakness, become cold, relentless, unstoppable. Kobe processed trauma by becoming harder, and the NBA sold it as a motivational movement. They packaged his darkness as inspiration. And fans ate it up without ever knowing where that. But behind the scenes, it was a band-aid on a bullet wound. A transactional symbol of forgiveness because the league needed the family intact for the Kobe brand to survive. But trauma delayed is trauma multiplied. In 2011, Vanessa filed for divorce years after the scandal, but rooted in the same betrayal. The NBA scrambled to spin the narrative again. They needed Kobe's home life clean for his Hall of Fame arc. Even Kobe's parents weren't spared. The scandal deepened old wounds. By his final game, his parents weren't there. By his jersey retirement, still absent. And after his tragic death, those family fractures resurfaced in painful inheritance battles. The world mourned a hero. The family mourned a man. Complicated, wounded, human. The NBA? They aired tribute packages perfectly edited. The tears, the scandal, the fractures erased. Again, Kobe's story is not just about one man's mistakes. It's about a machine, a system built not on honesty, but image control. The NBA learned something from the Kobe scandal, something dark, powerful, and profitable. If you control the footage, you control the narrative. If you control the narrative, you control the legacy. And if you control the legacy, you control the money. So they created a three-step playbook, the same one we see today. Step 1, silence. Avoid responsibility. Distance the league from the scandal. Step 2, reshape the story. Focus on the game, the highlights, the redemption, never the pain. Step 3, rewrite history. Collective amnesia. Only show the parts that sell. Kobe was both the test case and the blueprint, and it worked so well, they've used it ever since. Because they know, fans don't worship people, they worship narratives. Kobe Bryant's legacy is iconic, historic, unforgettable. But it is also incomplete without the chapters the NBA erased. You cannot celebrate the triumph without acknowledging the trauma. You cannot honor the Mamba without knowing what birthed him. You cannot call it a legacy if half the story is buried. The real scandal isn't Kobe's mistake. It's the system that edits heroes like movies, trimming scenes, deleting footage, rewriting scripts. Before you stand up and applaud the legend, ask yourself, what did they cut out? What did they hide? What footage are you not supposed to see? Because behind every highlight reel lies a darker reel, the one locked away. In Kobe's case, that footage still exists, and every time it resurfaces, even for a moment, it shatters the illusion all over again. The tears, Vanessa's silence, the family fractures, the NBA's silence. That is part of his legacy too. Not to destroy him, but to humanize him. Because Kobe Bryant's story is not just about greatness. It's about falling, breaking, surviving, and being rebuilt. Not always by choice, and not always for himself. If you're still here, then you're the kind of viewer who wants the full story, not the edited version. If you want part 2, the untold aftermath, the media manipulation, and the new footage that just resurfaced, comment next chapter below, because this was only the beginning. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. And remember, sometimes the footage they hide is the footage that matters most.